our junior drag racers. We have all seen the rise of the junior dragster fields, the number of cars. We've seen the drivers that are now competing on the sportsman and pro level that have come out of the junior dragster ranks. And tonight, we have 3 junior champions that we'd like to recognize here at the Division III banquet. We'd like to recognize our 3 conference champions and have them come to the stage, please. Brady Snack, Monica Roberts, and Zach Lewis. If you 3 would come on up. Junior drag racers can qualify at their local NHRA track for 2 of the major conference championships in the NHRA Summit Racing Junior Drag Racing League. The Eastern Conference Championship, of course, held at Bristol Dragway. The Western Conference Championship held down at Tulsa at Osage Casino Tulsa Raceway Park. This year at Bristol, there were over 500 junior dragster competitors at the event, and 3 of the 8 age groups champions came from here in the North Central Division. Please welcome the 10-year-old NHRA Summit Junior Drag Racing League Eastern Conference champion, racing for Byron Dragway, Brady Snack. Brady?
Get it?
Oh dear. I would like to start by thanking NHRA and Summit for a great junior program and an opportunity to race in a sport that we love. Over the past year that I have been racing, I have learned a lot. I have learned that it is not all about winning every weekend because sometimes you have to lose to learn. I have learned that practice is a priority in order to do well. I feel I am also learning from the best person, a coach, my father, who has been racing. Who has been a racer and put his racing on hold so me, my brother, and I can have this opportunity. I have learned that sometimes it is not what I do. Sometimes the car can let me down. Sometimes my crew chief, Dad, messes up, and sometimes it is just not my day. But when everything comes together and we get the great win like I did at Bristol, it is amazing. So first I would like to thank my parents for giving me this great opportunity to pilot a junior dragster. I especially want to thank my dad for all the hours and time he puts into my dragster to make it just right. My brother Dalton for convincing me to race and all the support he gives even when we are competitors. Byron Dragway for sponsoring a great team to the Eastern Conference Finals, Bristol Dragway and Roger Parks with Parks Racing Fuels for believing in us. Special thanks goes out to everyone that helps and supports us. Blossom Racing Engines, Patty Brown, Junior Covers, Uncle Dave, Great Grandma Snack, and all of our racing friends, family, for always supporting each other. Thank you, everyone, and have a great evening.
Great job. That was awesome.
Brady, you're right. Some days it's those crew chiefs that really throw you under the bus. Oh, we'd like to welcome next our 15-year-old NHRA Summit Junior Drag Racing League Western Conference champion. She went with her father over to Tulsa Raceway Park and was able to claim the championship there. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Monica Roberts. Monica?
First off, I'd like to start by thanking the NHRA for putting on these wonderful conference finals races for many of the kids around the country. I can speak for everyone, almost every kid here, that this is really something that is insanely special to every kid here. It's something where you get to spend time with your family, and nothing really beats it. It's an amazing sport, so I'd like to thank them for putting these on. Also, I'd like to thank the staff at Tulsa Raceway Park for putting on an amazing event. Big Don has always been very welcoming, and the staff at Tulsa Raceway Park was very accommodating for anything that happened. I know weather circumstances happened at Tulsa Raceway Park, and they have always been there, always giving us a safe and fair racetrack to race on. And they also put in a lot of extra races throughout the day for us to work on, and that really helped improve the car throughout the week. And I thank them for offering all those races for us. Also, I'd like to thank my sponsors, Meridian Alliance Partners and Dino Dave, for giving me an amazing experience. I've got to go to the U.S. Nationals with them. They've also given me many interviews that I wouldn't have had without them, and they've also given me an amazing car to race. Most importantly, I'd like to thank my parents. My mom has always been there for me, supporting me throughout everything I've always done. I did a million sports when I was little, and I was terrible at every single one of them, but she was there supporting me for every sport that I did. And she always pushed me to try my best and always to try new things. And I also thank her for always being there for us, for loading the trailer, or for being there at 2 a.m. when we pulled in, because she just wanted to see us, because she hasn't seen us in weekends. I'd also like to thank my dad, who has always been there for everything he's ever done for me. And he's one of the biggest influences in my life, and he's given me a junior, which is probably the biggest thing that's ever happened to me in my life. I remember when I was 8 years old, I walked up to him on my 7th birthday, and I said, "Dad, you said you'd build me a car when I was 8. And he said, "Well, yeah, I did." And I was like, "Well, you've got a year, and I'm really looking forward to this." And he never let me down. He has always given me the best opportunities to race, and this is probably the biggest race for me to ever win, because I didn't want to win it for me. I wanted to win it for my dad, because he's given me everything under the sun. And I just really thank him for this, because this win right here will mean more than any other big car win that I could ever have, because it was with my dad. And I love him so much. Thank you.
I happened to be working the event at Tulsa that weekend. Monica and her dad were quite emotional in the winner's circle. But the even crazier thing about the whole weekend is Monica looks exactly like the lady who lives across the street from us. We talked about that in the winner's circle. It was amazing. Life is short. Play hard and enjoy it. Speaking of playing hard and enjoying it, I'd like to welcome our 16 to 17-year-old NHRA Junior Drag Racing League Eastern Conference champion, running for Byron Dragway, Mr. Zach Lewis. Zach.
Thank you. I'm usually not dressed up like this. Feel a little awkward almost. What an honor to be invited by Division III here. So I'd like to thank Byron Dragway to first off start everything. BJ and family, you guys put on a great program and provided a great track for us to race for at Bristol this year. I have to thank the NHRA for providing a safe and organized facility for us to race at every single year. It's truly incredible. Division III for providing such great racers to race against and learn against every year. I remember racing against Devin back in junior dragsters. I got put on the trailer a lot. So I also like to thank Bruce Litton and Mike Wolfrath, Top Fuel Racers. They drugged me all over the United States and learned lots of things about myself that I didn't really think I would know, like how to put a cylinder head on and all kinds of stuff like that. So thank you to those guys. I'd like to thank Mike, Jimmy, and Mikey Boss from Mike Boss Dragsters for building one of the best cars out there. Without that, we really wouldn't be able to race. So they build the race cars. Pure Power, Jim Payne, they build a fantastic motor for us that allowed me to get down the track every single lap without blowing up. That's always a good thing. Lynn Haddock for building a sweet clutch. It looks good and it performs even better. Mom, thank you for taking all the time out of your days to go and sacrifice all your time and being with me every single day. Thank you, I appreciate it. Bryn, thanks for filling out the tech cards every day so I didn't have to do it. And thank you for spending the time at the racetrack with me. Dad, thank you so much for everything you do for me, sacrificing your time in a big car. You are my hero. I appreciate it. Thank you, everybody. Hope you enjoy your night.
Kind of hard to get all of that put together. Each of our conference champions receives their Wally, of course, their champion's jacket, a junior gold card. How about a round of applause for the next generation? We would also like to thank Killcare Raceway for being such a great host of this year's NHRA Summit Racing Equipment Junior Drag Racing League Central Division Championships, and we'd like to also let you know that Killcare will once again be hosting the event in 2018. Track champions, top points earners from member tracks participated in a special Sunoco Race Fuels Race of Champions in 3 age group classes at the event. We'd like to have our 3 Sunoco Race of Champions please make their way to the stage. Ava Hamilton, Jeb Ballyard, and Nate Kelly. If you would please, along with Ryan Burba of Sunoco Race Fuels. Along with the Sunoco Race of Champions on the runoff for the Division Junior Drag Racing League titles, racers and families enjoyed a pizza party on Saturday night. And we'd like to recognize our 6 to 9-year-old Sunoco Race of Champions winner for the 2nd year in a row, by the way, representing her home racetrack, Killcare Raceway. Ladies and gentlemen, the future, once again, Ava Hamilton. Ava?
Thank you. Good evening to all the champions, fellow racers, and their families. I have to say it's an honor to be able to stand up here for the 2nd year in a row. Without the help of my friends and family, it would definitely not be possible. I would like to thank Division III, National Trails, Pacemakers, Reds Automotive, Brian Basil, Basil Race Fuels, Tim Davis, Jags, Hamilton Rentals, Bilco Mini Storage, and all my fellow racers. Also have to give a thanks to my family, Austin, Jane, Shelby, Gigi, aka Great Grandma, Mom, Dad, and my UB. Without them, I wouldn't be able to accomplish any of this. From multiple track championships, Midwest races, big money races, to being very competitive wherever we go. Thank you so much for my killer Ron Hubble powered junior dragster. It makes my job as a driver a little easier. The dedication this takes from all of us is remarkable, and the life lessons this sport teaches us is unbelievable. I want us to all think of how blessed we are. In closing, I'd like to congratulate all the champions here tonight, and thank you again. And before I close, I'd like to thank my dad. He's one of the big supports. So all of you have a great evening. Thank you.
We'd now like to introduce to you your 10 to 12-year-old Sunoco Race of Champions winner, Jeb Ballyard. Jeb?
Good evening. I would like to say that it is a great honor to come before you all this evening, where many great legends have stood before. I would like to start off by thanking my car and engine builder, Thomas Huddleston, and the rest at Huddleston Performance for giving me a championship-winning combination. I would like to thank everyone at National Trail Raceway in Division 3 for a great home track in division. I want to thank the Hamilton and Griffith families along with my aunt and grandparents for all their help and support throughout the season. A special thanks to my parents for making this all possible. Without them, I wouldn't be here today. I want to give a special shout out to my dad for getting me into the sport and taking me to the track every weekend. Last season we really struggled, but this year he helped me get to where we are today. I cannot believe how well this season has turned out and hope to continue on next year as I enter 790. Best of luck to y'all next season.
And now, your Sunoco Race Fuels Race of Champions winner in the 13 to 17-year-old class, representing Route 66 Raceway, Mr. Nate Kelly. Nate?
Yeah, so I didn't really prepare a speech, so I'm just going to wing it. Got to start off by thanking NHRA and Division 3 for giving us such great tracks to race at. Going to thank my engine builder, JR Race Cars, for giving me the best motors out there. Half-scale Dragster for building a car big enough for me to fit in. I got to thank my parents and all my friends for supporting me. And most of all, I got to thank my grandpa for giving me everything I ever wanted. Thank you.
Each of our winners tonight are being presented with their Super Eagle Trophy and Sunoco Race of Champions jacket. Ladies and gentlemen, your Sunoco Race of Champions champions. And we keep talking about the future. 1992-93, when the first junior was introduced at Englishtown, it's come a long way, baby. I'm telling you, the kids coming up through the junior dragster program, there's some killer drivers out there. And now, it's my pleasure to introduce to you the 2017 North Central Division Junior Dragster Champions. Julian Gear, Skyler B., Grace Rowe, if we could have you to the stage, please. Julian was our 6 to 9-year-old champion running for Killcare Raceway.
I would like to thank my mom, dad, and grandpa for helping me with the car. And I would also like to thank my brother, sister, and grandma for supporting me and my friends. And I would also like to thank my sponsors, CoolShirt.com and McIlvain Race Cars. I'd like to thank McIlvain Race Cars for building us the best cars ever and providing us with fuel. And I would like to thank CoolShirt.com for giving us free Cool Shirt systems. And I would like to thank the D3 guys for putting on a great race. And I would also like to thank Killcare for having the best track ever. And I would just like to say that my brother, Theodore Geyer, also won a Wally earlier this year, and that gave me courage to win it this year.
Representing our 10 to 12-year-old championship, Skyler B. Skyler?
Thank you. First off, I'd like to thank God for all the blessings in my life. I'm grateful to have this opportunity to be here again after winning the 2015 Race of Champions. I want to take this time to thank my sponsors, Williams Auto Parts and Napa. If anyone out there wants to sponsor a junior, you know they got to see me. I would also like to thank my mom and dad. Every weekend they pack up my little brother and I and take us to the track. I am lucky to have parents that are so supportive. I had a great season that included 15 finals and 9 wins, a Junior Dragster Challenge win, a Division III NHRA championship, a PDRA event win, 6 regular point race wins, 3 runner-ups, including 2 Midwest Super Series runner-ups, 3 points race runner-ups, and a runner-up at Clay City. I also won minor points championship at Lucas Oil Raceway. I enjoy lots of other things like track and basketball, but nothing compares to suiting up and getting into my car. I'm going to end this speech like I did in 2015 because nothing has changed. I'm not sure what I'm going to do when I'm older, but one thing's for sure, racing is in my blood and I'm a racer for life.
Yeah, once that racing addiction sets in, it's kind of in there forever. Now, representing National Trail Raceway, our 13 to 17-year-old champion, Grace Rowe. Grace?
Good evening. It's a huge honor to be able to speak at this banquet. The way my season started, I never thought I would win the Division III championship. Have you ever had a season where nothing went your way and questioned whether or not to continue in this insane sport? As many of you know, drag racing has a lot of ups and downs. Well, this year, it was a roller coaster for me and my family. The season started great, and within a few weeks, I made it to the finals. But I sadly couldn't get the job done because my car broke on the starting line. The next weekend, I blew my motor and my brother blew his in the Super Pro Dragster. That's when my season started to go downhill. My family got together and we said it's a difficult season, but we told each other to keep trying. The next big event we went to was finally going my way until it semis at the big money race. With the starting line advantage, my 10 to their 96, once again my car broke half track. The weekend before the divisional race, my dad said to us to not give up because our season could turn around at any moment. That weekend, we didn't come home with a win, but we did finish the weekend without breaking anything for the first time this year. The week of the divisional, I questioned my parents whether we should go to the race or not because of how our season was going. However, my dad reminded me of the Nike commercial that states, "Defeat makes champions stronger." After winning 2 National Trail Raceway season championships, it made me not want to give up. As we were pulling out of our driveway to Killcare for the junior divisional, my dad had to hit the brakes because a black cat ran out in front of us. When it happened, we immediately wanted to turn around, but this sport means a lot to us, so we carried on. I would like to thank my mom and dad for guiding me through the years and letting me do this amazing sport. My brother Mitch and his family, Amber and Camden, for supporting me every race. My sister Emily and her fiance Ryan for coming to as many races that time would allow and cheering me on. I'm especially grateful that Emily had the opportunity to share the moment of being in the junior divisional winner's circle with me. Also, I want to thank my Uncle Billy and Aunt Terry for all their help and support, both on and off the track. I want to give a huge thank you to the Stillwell family, Tom, Molly, Chris, and Kristen for supporting me and always being there when I need them. Most of all, I would like to thank my sponsors, Lucas Oil Racing TV, Streamlight, Gage Engineering, Pure Power, and Mickey Thompson. Finally, I would like to thank Summit Racing for everything they do for the Junior Dragster program. So the answer to my question is yes, and don't ever give up because your season could change at any moment like mine did. Thank you all and have a great night.
Started at the evening talking about the racing family, and it seems to me I heard family mentioned in virtually every one of those speeches. Don O'Neill, some of the rest of you out there, I just happened to see you face staring back at me. Jacob, these kids are coming after you. Better keep working hard.